Hey everybody, we're back with what I intend to be the final part of Digital Devil Saga 2. There's been a lot done off screen. Actually did a lot of off screen grinding. For once, if you're a regular on the stream, no. I generally do all the grinding on stream, specifically because I feel like it's part of the game that needs to be shown to get a proper representation. But after the way the boss fight went down last week, I ended up doing a lot of grinding off screen, so we weren't going to spend another bunch of streams grinding to get to a point I was comfortable with. So the top save file is where we left off last time. This save file is where we've grinded to. As you can see, everybody is now max level, which actually took less effort than you'd expect. That happened a lot quicker than everything else. But we're also in good positions to do everything. Here are the skill sets that we have currently that I was using. Item find specifically to allow us to increase the chances of... let me reset the party. Item find to allow us to increase the chances of getting drops. Specific drops that we're after. The plants that we could sell for money, which would allow us to continue mantra grinding. I put one on each of our party members to increase the chances, because they do stack. We also ended up unlocking Auto Soma, which fully restores HP and MP after each battle, which means essentially marathon runs not a concern anymore. That cost quite a lot. Also ended up using Magic Read, which is that increases the encounters, and also really increases the chances of enemies coming into a single battle. So it's like, oh yeah, no, battle, wipe out the enemies, and then more come into that fight, and then wipe them out, and then more come in. I think the most I had was like 6 rounds of enemies coming into a single fight, which was crazy, and also generally led to pretty much any mantra that was equipped becoming mastered, like, super quickly. It's crazy. It didn't matter the level of the mantra, it would just go straight to the top. We also had the Rich Ring equipped on Gale, on Cielo, which I forgot I changed back. The Rich Ring increasing the money obtained after battle to boost the amount of money we had, so we can keep buying mantras. And that's really it. The Rich Ring we got through the Mad Mart by buying Crimson Boxes. Crimson Boxes give you a mystery item. Sooner or later you'll end up with the Rich Ring from it. So we got that. But with that, there is also one more thing we got, and that is we finished the Jack Frost quiz. So that's why we are currently on the 3rd layer. Because this was the elevator that we weren't allowed to go up because we hadn't finished the quiz. So we're going to go over there and begin the stream by taking on whatever that was. The Demon Attraction is faded, that's fantastic. Just in time. So we're going to go up and take on whatever we get for that. And if we're lucky, we'll run across some encounters that can show you why I have stuff like Silent Howl equipped before I switch the loadout. The result of all of this is access to abilities that are essentially going to rip Mega Nada apart. Is my expectation. Mega Nada gave us a bunch of trouble and then just ripped us apart. My expectation here is that we will tear him apart. Knowing how Shin Megami Tensei tends to be, though, I don't want to be overconfident with that, because the game could always throw me a curveball with whatever comes after Mega Nada, or even during the Mega Nada fight. So here's hoping it goes well. Okay, so here it is, and let's set some fresh skills. Does this hit everybody? Yes. And moderate, that's not worth it. 48 MP versus 12 mega damage. Is that going to be worth the difference? I would love to go in there and just start hitting Mega Nada with all of that. And where is my heal? Mighty. There we go. Go with greatly. Still kind of concerned about the possibility with that. Samaricon. And I'm gonna throw Fire Amp, because I'm expecting this to be a Frost. And the Frosts, I think with the exception of Black Frost, but that could just be in Persona, the Frosts are weak to fire. The exception with Persona is largely because you obtain Black Frost in Persona through Rico. Through the fusion of several Personas. It's 4-point fusion, I think. And one of those is Pyrojack, which is fire elemental. Dyne, Pterodyne, Diorama, Samaricon. I also have Rakamdra there, ready for the Mega Nada fight. Part of the issue we had with the Mega Nada fight was if 2 people go down, that results in a massive problem of just trying desperately to bring everybody back. But yeah, no, revive somebody and hope they'll survive so we can revive the 3rd person. Current stats are as follows. The stats for Seraph, since we choose them ourselves, we take off the power ring and we run into something of an issue. In fact, let me demonstrate. Take off the power ring and strength and magic both drop by over, I think it's about 10 points in total. What is the SP? Just find the SP power ring there. 9 points for strength, 10 points for magic. So I've not really balanced that to work without. However, we do have a bunch of datas here left over. Turns out enemies in this area tend to drop them. And these will all increase stuff, so we'll probably throw those on before the last boss like we did with Digital Devil Saga 1. And like with DDS1, the goal of that will be to balance out the party to make them more capable of doing the same thing, same damage. Interesting. It's also particularly interesting that this has got to be like the only Jack Frost fight of the game. Which is very surprising, because Jack Frost is usually a regular low-level encounter. Still weak to fire? You are. What tricks will you have up your sleeve, though? Okay, this is getting nasty. Yep. That's why levels ultimately don't really matter all that much compared to abilities in Shin Megami Tensei. Gale's at max level, and Jack Frost almost killed him in one turn. Okay. It's on red numbers already, but I really don't want to risk this. As we saw last time with the Mega Nada fight, red numbers can last a while. That's got to be a guaranteed freeze, hasn't it? This is a specific attack lineup. Freezed, Cycle Rage, and then 4 hits, all of them being criticals. It's not that big a deal that Cielo is dead for that, because his mantra is mastered and he's max level, so that's not bad. I always wanted to be a he-homeboy. Oh, he got my hopes up. Here I was looking forward to be a he-homeboy. Agatama. Okay, first off, remove. Hey Emily, appreciate the lurk. Hope you're doing okay. Auto Soma. Agatama is the little creatures that give you your power in Nocturne. Where are you? It's a bullet. Magatama bullet. Huh. Pass ring. Pass ring. Pass ring. There it is. Not a bad idea. But like the like the change ring, it's kind of situational. It's something I'd like on everybody rather than one person. And with the situational aspects of that, I'm gonna stick with the stat boosts. Chill out, buddy. Alright. Let's head back. The fun thing is that even with all the grinding I did, which included running into a lot of enemies, I'm pretty sure I never actually got either of the drops needed to fight the 2 bonus bosses to the side of Meganada. We'll check though, just to be sure. Never saw them pop up. Auto Soma will be great for New Game Plus though, definitely. Teleport back to the surface, let's go see Johnny. Thank you. Alright. Any new rings? No. No. Alright, where do we go? The reusable thing always kind of bothers me. My thought with it is always reusable in the sense of hey, you know what? Why not? Ooh, power data. My thought with it is always reusable in the sense of like Skies of Arcadia, Medical Gear, where there are the boxes, the magical boxes, which you can use to use magic abilities, but they may or may not break every time you use them. And that's what I'm expecting from reusable with this. I could be wrong though. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back through the maze. Thankfully I remember the way through entirely now, thanks to all the grinding I did. To begin with, what I was doing was running through this entire floor to get to there, to get to here. Not really for any reason. I did that like probably at least 20 times. And I remember the way through. Super easy. It's unfortunate Chansman isn't with us, but he's currently doing his Tales of the Abyss speedrun, which I hope is going well for him. Okay, so the pathway is you go right, and then every other time after that go left. It's a lot quicker to get through this when the magic read isn't playing. When it says more encounters, it really means more encounters. I wonder if he'll master that mantra before we get to the top. Yeah, magic read, super useful for grinding. Kinda wish I'd been using it for grinding way earlier. Would have made previous grind sessions a lot shorter. And one more. Nice. And take the left. And I think once we get to the next one, there's a save point. Autosoma, super expensive, really is. But it can't really be overstated just how useful it is. The complete restore after each battle. It's unnecessary, honestly, but I was kind of overdoing it in some areas with the grinding, which we'll probably see when we get to mecha-chrono. I don't really grind off screen. I'm usually like, yeah, no, grind on screen so you can see what's going on and what I'm doing. And my thought was like, okay, if I'm going to take the time to grind off screen, better make it worth it. And I think I did. Probably went a little overboard in some respects, but I think it's going to be worth it. That's a save point. And then kind of paradoxically, I think the next one also takes us to a save point. There's like a good stretch before you get to a save point, and then another save point almost immediately afterwards. Kind of weird. Anyway, I could have put off doing this again tonight and done a little more grinding. I feel like it would have been unnecessary, but more than that, I want to have this done before New Year. If anybody's watching this like after the stream's done, you're watching it back on the YouTube archive. It is currently 8:29 on the 31st of December 2020. Almost done with 2020. And I want to get this done before the new year. And then begin the new year with a whole new section. The new stuff. Really kick off Mecha Saga. Yeah, there's the save point. Yeah, really kick off the Mecha Saga. As we dive into more RPGs. We've got Final Fantasy 13 coming up. We started Final Fantasy 7 on Sunday. Going to continue that. Skies of Arcadia Legends replay. And then, of course, we want to do The Legend of Dragoon. I want to do Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. And I want to go back and finish Lost Odyssey. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I was like, I started last year, and it was the first thing I was using the webcam on. I did one stream with the webcam and I think a session without, and then just stopped because I didn't want to continue it without the webcam. I didn't want to break up the whole thing, make it inconsistent, which kind of isn't really an issue anymore, because like Digital Devil Saga 2 started with the webcam, and then we didn't use the webcam for a few sessions, and now we're finishing with the end cam. With the webcam. But beyond that, like I want to go back and finish Lost Odyssey. This game I wanted to do to begin with, I was really interested in doing. And it was just my own demand for consistency that really stopped me. And now, just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Unwind a little bit. It looks probably more tightly wound in other areas, but for that, like, unwind a little bit. Okay, and here we are. Nice. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to check both sides. I don't think I have the items required to do them, but we'll check just to be sure. Did a lot of grinding, came up against the specific enemies. You were not here before. I got the item for you then. Huh. I did not notice that I got that item. I guess we're fighting Vishnu. And I didn't have a selb ready for this. Okay. What do we got? Eat to anything. Oh, you drain force for quite a lot, actually. and no fizz. Let's try the spyglass. I never ended up using it after I bought it. This is why I never really analyse anything in Shin Megami Tensei, because when you really need it against bosses, this is always the result. Oh, that reminds me, I need to put the death counter on. $25 turns. So pick an element, run with it. Buffing himself, debuffing us. He only gets 2 turns unless he hits a weakness. Okay. That's interesting. Something's going on here. He's flipping weaknesses. Not weaknesses, he's flipping nullification and... always immune to physical. But he's flipping nullifications and... absorbs. That's a tricky boss. It's a tricky boss. That means we're going to want to be able to hit all of the elements. There's no indication of it switching, which means any hit is a guessing game. That doesn't seem like a fun boss. Do we have what we need for this one? We do. Shiva. I didn't notice picking up either of the items that we needed, but it looks like we did. Ugh. Okay, physical drain. Physical based attack. Another fizz attack. Okay, lower magic resistance it looks like. Do you have a specific element or weakness? Repel. Repel earth and force. Right. I don't really want to fight Mega Nada right now. Preemptively throw that death on because I'm not winning this fight. or aiming to win the fight. Teague's live? This time? Teague playing. Playing on Chide, damn. Shiva and Vishnu are both going to require specific tactics. Shiva, I feel like approaching in a specific way could deal with. Vishnu, I'm not sure about. Vishnu would require a lot of thought. This is what makes SMT bonus bosses very different from like, other JRPG bonus bosses. With everything we've got, I'm still not sure if we could actually defeat Vishnu. No idea. But anyway, what we're going to do, what we're going to set... That webcam blurry, let me check. No, it looks fine. Okay. Alright. Fire. Summer Recon. You can take off Auto Soma. What I'm going to put on instead is Recomdra, just in case. Now we're going to get into the special stuff. 10% would be 77. 140. Max health. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But not overly worth it, I don't think, for that. See about the MP, HP and MP datas, maybe. Let's see, we're going to focus on Ice, like we did last time. So, Ice Boost, Ice Amp, they stack. We're also going to stop playing Fair. We don't need Summer Recon, we have a lot of revival gems and they'll work. I think that'll work. Null Ailment will prevent any ailments. Not going to charm us, not going to mute us, not going to panic us. Null Element, say, prevents everything except Almighty Magic. And of course, Null Fierce speaks for itself. We're not playing fair anymore. This took a lot of time to get to. Not that, that's not what I'm after. Ice Boost, Ice Amp. No physical. Ailments, element. And since we can't be charmed, that also leaves us room for just having Diaharan. My main concern with having Diaharan equipped previously had always been if you get hit with Charm and then heal the enemy, Diaharan's the full heal. Diorama? Probably less than 1,000. Die hard and full, doesn't matter. But nullifying the ailments removes that concern. Tear this bastard apart. Nice boost. Alright. No physical. No ailment. No element. Physical and element I may take off at some point to make things a little more sporting. No ailment just outright removes Cielo's one weakness. And was actually not all that expensive or hard to get. Oh yeah, Rakamdra. Just in case. Let's go win this fight. Meganada must be stopped. At the cost. Down, 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 down. You got the touch. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah. Rock and roll. Okay, it's currently physical with hit with magic. And we keep hitting it with magic until it switches. Having no fizz and no magic rather than relying on physical repel and repel fizz and repel magic also means we don't have to spend parts of the turn dealing with activating those repels. Of course, as you can see with that, it can still do damage though. Can't let the guard down yet. They were never going to introduce those abilities as something you can get and not have late game enemies that can deal with it. Fun fact. It turns out, as I discovered going through the Jack Frost quiz, that Indra is actually the name of Roland's demon form. So there's a connection there with it fighting Roland and killing Roland earlier. Hey Chansum, how you doing, buddy? We're tearing Meganada apart. All the grinding's been done. No screwing around this time. Did you finish your stream? I was lurking. No, you are currently live. Fair enough. I am still lurking. Let's give Chansum a shout out because he's a cool dude. Alright, let's tear him apart. Taking a quick stretch break is fair enough. Of course, the only real downside of nullification versus repel is repel immediately ends the enemy's turn. Nullification takes 2 turn blocks. Nullify this. 2 turn blocks rather than just done. Meganard's the hardest boss. Watch this. It opened up, of course. I completely blanked there. It seems like not removing its turns through repel, though, leads it to going into the physical form more often. Which is interesting because we're also able to do more damage per turn when it's in the physical form. Bitch. Alright, let's head back to that save point. I only have 1 element on me. Okay. Oh, who would have expected that? Anyway. In fact, actually, let me switch the stuff back and then we'll save, so I don't have to do it again. Dine's still good. Theodine goes there. Bandine. Pterodine. Put Diorama back. I can't remember what the midpoint is supposed to be. Where is... There it is. Also Soma. No, we went over in the last game the problems with counters. Yeah, why not? Keep it as null element. You know what? No. The one that annoys me more. Null ailment. God damn it. Okay, Ufudine's fine. Zeodine. Bandine. Pterodine. Diorama. Bandine. Soma and ailment, and of course keeping null ailment on Cielo removes his weakness, which is always a good thing. I hate when an enemy uses an ailment that hits the entire party. It's like, oh yeah, no, you've got an extra turn because Cielo was weak to it. And everybody's charmed. Or muted. Vanity is the bane of my existence in this game. I hate vanity. Absolutely awful attack. Anyway. You know, why don't I use the betas now? Suppose there isn't really a reason not to. I'm gonna end with this party. I always was gonna end with this party. Even after all the grinding I did. Gale and Argilla and Heat just aren't comparable. Let's see. Let's up Gale's agility and vitality, and Cielo's strength and vitality. Okay, there we go. Go. Alright, Gale gets agility and vitality. And Gale will get strength and vitality. And let's take a look at the status. 79. Yeah, 87, 89. comparable. So 76, 85, 93. Okay, and that should balance the two of them out. 786, yep. $52.27. That doesn't matter. 75 on the strength, 86. Four, 93, 93. Okay, that is good. 5, 94, 95. Magic. 6, 3. Okay, HP 100. MP 'Office yellow. $52.27. $58.60. So, alright, that's all the data's used up. Mostly comparable in a bunch of places, and everyone's definitely better off for it. Let's go and have a word with God. Shall we? Okay, wasn't expecting giant flower. Schrodinger. I don't know. Point of no return. Let's go.
Is this God?
The giant space link. God's a brain. Wasn't expecting that.
Please, return Earth to normal.
No. We must settle this in the traditional JRPG way.
I know.
With the
People
final
make
boss
mistakes.
fight.
And they probably always will. But they do their best. Please, you can't destroy humanity.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. This looks conceptually familiar.
You must fight me?
I wasn't expecting it to literally be like, yeah, no, fight. Pretty big. God. Ramen one. God's a train. Uh-oh. God has 5 turns. I should have actually set up before I went into this fight. Music seems neat. I want to let it get going a little more. I'm going to assume there's more to it. Capable of a bunch of damage per turn, and of course favours almighty attacks. Good thing nobody's weak to fire anymore. Okay, so just don't use fire. Who'd have figured God is fire elemental? And of course, the big problem with almighty attacks is unless you get a boss exclusive almighty attack, they're generally pretty weak to compensate for the fact that they can't be avoided. Hellfire. That's a good way of putting it, Chanson. Why do you bite me? You don't have to redeem something to speak. You can just speak if you want to speak. Yeah, I'm doing okay. How are you doing, buddy? I noticed you were playing Tenchu yesterday. How did that go? I wasn't able to stop it, unfortunately. But I do like Tenchu. Where is my rewards thing? I'll have to do it after the stream. Oh, police, how to speak. Why use your points for something else? Like, use them. You don't need to use them to speak. I'm gonna punch God in the face again. You know, it'd be great if God was weak to gun. Wrath of Heaven. It's been a long time since I've done Wrath of Heaven. The only Tenchu I've done anywhere, anything with, in the last few years was Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins. I'm glad you're okay. I hope your headache gets better. We're just fighting God. What we do. Final boss fight, no need to hold on to all these healing items. Punch it in the face. This could be getting a little bit more worrying then. The fire does more. If we die here, it looks like all we'll need is no fire. Punching God is what all true JRPG protect. Oh my god, it's almost dead already. This can't be the end. This has to have a second phase. Alright. I mean, hell, remember how the end of Digital Devil Saga 1 went? It's like, oh yeah, no, Angel is a lot easier than I expected. There's got to be a second phase. And then there was the second phase, and that was also easier than I expected. It was like, there's got to be a third phase. And then there was a third phase, and that's where the fight actually happened. God's a train, apparently. I don't know what that's about. God's a train. Oh, there we go. Behold the multiple faces of God. There's the twist. I'm going to assume we'll go through each element. Did you want to make out with God then, Chansem? I think there'd be logistical issues with that. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I still have no ailment, don't I? Thank God. Or not, I guess. Thank me. Thank me and my refusal to let ailments ruin my life anymore. S&T God flashlight. Do you mean flashlight or fleshlight? Gotta say though, this is not the most horrifying God has ever looked in this series. Nah, you did mean flashlight. There's an old saying on the internet that I feel would be perfect for this moment, and it is do not put your dick in that. I mean, I can't tell if it has teeth. But like, you don't know what's in there. Don't put your dick in that. Holy shit, that's a Nocturne Karma terminal. You can't tell when it's not glowing, but when the glow happens and it takes away the chrome effect, it becomes really obvious. That's a Nocturne Karma cylinder. A physical attack? We can take another turn of that, definitely. We could be doing more damage per turn with magic, but I want to hold on to the magic just in case. We have no idea how long this fight is going to be. Why am I saying that? We have Somas. And it's the final fight, I'm not going to hold on to them. I'll get murdered to the ground. Oh, round 3. First turn, Demi-Fiend, bring the duology. I get where you're coming from with that, but Curse isn't counted as a standard ailment. That makes me unhappy. Armor 3. Almost screwing around. Seriously, Curse isn't counted as a standard ailment that can be nullified. Oh, great. It's gonna be one of those bosses. Okay, well, immediately revive Seraph. And then burn. There's a Curse isn't nullified. Really not happy about that. Presumably it has an electric side, which means Gale's going to be a problem there. Alright. Medical gear. Burn. This Curse. I guess the upside of Curse not being counted as standard ailment means that when Cielo is hit with it, it doesn't count as weakness. Don't keep spamming Mudoon until it hits. You fucking dick. God's very phallic today. Yeah. I mean, it's just one long thin shaft. The confusing thing is that it has mouths on it. When are we done with this side? Because this side's irritating me. Next side's going to be the lightning, isn't it? Is somebody making... Although it's kind of late for that. Ooh, full turn of attacks. In the red numbers. Nice. That's new. Also seems like bullshit. Okay. Revive Gale. Alright, here we go. Here's where it gets tricky. As you run through these quicker, honestly, you're being kind of greedy with 5 turns as it is. Revival Gem, and Gale get a full heal, 300. It could be a waste, but we've got 16 of them and this is the last fight. Why aren't there more full heal items aimed at single characters? Alright. Throw down another medical tool, we've got plenty of them. And burn. Great. One thing I always love with Shin Megami Tensei bosses, or just enemies that have Mudoon, and in other games, Hammer and Hammer. Because you're essentially left at their mercy of whether they're going to decide to just spam it until you're dead. Which is what we saw in EDS 1 with the snake. It's like, oh, you've set it up so my attack won't actually hit you? Well, then I'm going to spam my 7 turns with Mamudoon. And it's like, awesome. Real hoping it wouldn't hit Seraph, because now we can just throw down a medical gear. And that's all good. Of course, we have to spend a turn using a disc curse. Hit this time, CLO. Thank you. Here we go. Finally, that round's over. I hope this one isn't as bad. Okay, electricity. This is going to be a problem because every time it'll do that, on Gale, that's an extra turn. How many items to repel electricity? Of course, the concern with repelling electricity is this one probably absorbs it. Let's find out. Magic mirrors. Alt wall will null attacks, but it'll only work once. Magic mirror is probably the best idea. And the hope would be that we can kill it before we run out. We're not gonna, we're not doing the damage for it, but... You know. Okay, do a full heal. Leave the magic mirror this turn. I want to be getting at least two attacks per turn. This is going to take long enough as it is. Okay, that's not too bad. Throw out the magic mirror again. And a couple of fires. Here we go. Yeah, no, that is not worth it. That was over 2,000 that just restored with that. That is not worth it. How's the physical damage here? Stat reduction has become a problem. There's a crit on Sarah. And another crit on Sarah. And another crit on Sarah. And a null. And another null. Alright. Do the heal. And just start throwing the fire. If we can get past this one, I think we've got it. Unless... there's got to be a fifth phase to cover the fifth element. If there's a sixth that completely changes everything up, that could be a problem. So there's going to be a sixth that'll change everything up. There has to be. Might as well count any electric attack on Cielo as it wasting a turn. God damn it. It lowers the stats one time and suddenly everybody starts missing. This is why when I'm healing, I'm having Seraph heal. Because if Seraph misses an attack, then that's 2 turns lost and we have to deal with that. Start with the heal and then work on anything else. Fuck's sake. Okay. Still not seeing red numbers. We're at a stalemate at the minute, unless it's able to take out all 3 characters in a single turn. I'll be able to revive. Unless it can pull that out, it's got nothing on this head. And of course it's New Year's Eve, so here come the fireworks. I apologise for how that might sound on the stream. Not much I can do about it though. And lowers the stats again. Enemy stats improve. Good. Please don't miss the giant head in front of you. Doing less than 200 damage per magic attack. No, that's not good. I could hope that death would reset that. Like, let a character die and then revive them. Hope that'd reset that. But characters died against the previous head after it did the stat lowering. Didn't change the damage we were doing. I got cocky that turn. Should have healed. Cielo goes down this turn. Revive Cielo first. But Sarah keeps getting shocked. What is that about? It's Yellow, not Gale. Okay, play stupid one more time. Nope. Not a big deal. Played stupid too often, didn't capitalise. Gale is back up. Surface healed. We're ready to go again. Awesome. Don't miss. Death did reset that. The issue is that it improved its own stats, that's what it is. Death did reset it. Alex is weak. But I hope nobody gets frozen. If we fail here, I've got a few notes. Like, if we do actually die, I've got a few notes on changes to make to our skill lineup. They'll make round 2 a lot simpler. As it is so far, this head isn't showing anything dangerous. Really makes me glad I got null ailments. Ramen final. 5 final. Question remains, is there something beyond this head? Those of you not acquainted with Shin Megami Tensei may be thinking, 5 phases for a final boss fight is enough. And you can't possibly throw in more than that. The final boss fight of Persona 3 is 13 phases. Never assume Shin Megami Tensei will decide something is too much. Okay. Use a medical tool now. Rather than the gear. Might need the gear for something after this. I'm not sure yet. But we only have 6 of them. And there might be something else. As it is, this head isn't doing much damage to begin with. Be prepared. Don't be complacent. Don't be cocky. Be prepared. It may pull out another attack. It'll change things up. This is why we don't let the health get too low. Here we go again. Okay, do the heal. Transform. Hit. Now the question is, do I let Seraph die? The answer is probably no. Still not red numbers. Oh! You see, that's what I meant by an unexpected attack that it hadn't shown so far. Don't miss. Did I just say Cielo? Want everybody line up for the hit. Really, I'm glad I have no ailment. This boss fight would have been a nightmare without it. Red numbers. Don't get cocky and forget what your health's like. Close. I almost stepped right into a minefield with that. I can take the turn to play it a little safe. What's there? Come on. Damn it, Cielo. Open with a heal, and then blast them. Or, you know, miss. That's fine as well. Come on. You know, over the course of both of these games, Visual Devil Saga 1 and Visual Devil Saga 2, I am infuriated at how much the characters have been missed. Honestly unbelievable. There it is. Is there a second form? Thanks, Jansen. You're right, there really wasn't as hard as Meganandra. Meganada.
I understand now who God is, why the world exists. I am you. You are me. You are the world. The world is myself. is truly important. How could we be so foolish? We ignored something so simple. It's one word. One word is all we ever needed.
That word is shenanigans. Saved us all. It really is horrifying when you see it like that on the macro scale.
I see you found the answer. Then we have served our purpose here. From here on, you and I will bear witness to many different realities. However, if we hold on to what we learned here, there's nothing to fear.
Can people change?
If they realize it. Don't worry, others will join us soon. One simple word can bind us together.
The close-up of Seros' feet as Schrodinger changed into Seros' form really just pointed out that Seraph only has one toe and then like a big chunk instead of other toes. It was kind of weird. You're gonna notice it every time now, Chanson. With the way everything was going and all the data we saw on the sun, I assumed everybody was basically dead now. I'm amazed that Fred's still alive.
Hurry up, Gale!
Hold on! Jenna, let's go!
Yes, our journey is just beginning. I pray that these children, who share their names with you, can find happiness.
Don't worry, Fred.
Okay. A weird ending. And Consequently, what a weird beginning. The twist that what we saw at the start wasn't set before the rest of the rest of everything, it's set way after, just served to be kind of pointless, I guess. Plot-wise, though, it's interesting. It ends up feeling kind of like a middle ground between Persona and mainline Shin Megami Tensei in terms of plot and character, and ultimate resolution. That's fascinating in that regard. A game that could have possibly done with coming out 15 years later. As Persona has drawn more fans into the series, and they're left with nothing but either sticking with Persona or diving headfirst into the chaos of mainline SMT. No, I'll definitely agree with that, Steam Powered Cat. Also, how are you doing, Steam Powered Cat? It's one of those things that led to, like, people who play Persona 3 and 4 and then picked up Shin Megami Tensei 4, which led to the stupid saying that SMT4 is the Dark Souls of Persona, when SMT4 is one of the easiest Shin Megami Tensei games. But it is still a Shin Megami Tensei game and doesn't really hold back with that idea. This isn't quite as brutal as mainline tends to be. I mean, with the exception of stuff like Mega Nada. You're right, Jansen, Mega Nada was harder than the final boss. It's an interesting thought. I like this. Yeah, fuck Mega Nada. I think overall I really enjoyed this. It was good to play a Shin Megami Tensei game that I hadn't beaten before, and to finally wrap up Digital Devil Saga. Yeah, Majin Tensei is pretty tough, Devil Survivor is still brutal. Fucking love Argilla there. Brilliant culmination of her character. No more doubts, no more hesitation. Fucking go. It's awesome. Devil Survivor was my first SMT game. It's what introduced me to the series, and then Strange Journey was, I think, my first real Shin Megami Tensei, with it being closer to actual SMT. And Strange Journey got me into a lot of stuff with that. Yeah, Devil Survivor is brutal. The Jezebel fight, Beelzebub isn't great. Just the last 2 days of that game are unforgiving as hell. Soul Hackers, I really want to get around to finishing. I'd love to have a way of streaming it, because the stream would give me the focus I need to finish it. That said, I'd love to be able to do the original Devil Summoner, but it's not been released in English. I'm looking forward to SMT5. I can understand that. I was never into dungeon crawlers until Strange Journey. Strange Journey is what really got me into them. I definitely prefer the third-person dungeon design of the PS2 games. SMT4's dungeon design wasn't great despite it being the 3D style. In a similar idea, I'm hoping SMT5 is going to have better dungeon design. Yes. And that's Digital Devil Saga. All of it. 1 and 2. I'm glad I finally got around to doing this. Just in general, even without the stream, just finally doing Digital Devil Saga 2 has been fulfilling. Next SMT game is probably going to be Nocturne, when Chansom redeems it. Although that'll have to wait until probably after Final Fantasy VII, which is currently being played on Sundays. We're doing that on Sundays at the minute. And 7 will be done before Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia, I am seriously considering a Vice the Legend run. Which is time consuming. God damn, I just love Skies of Arcadia. It's so good. With Digital Devil Saga 2 finished, though, the next RPG in the weekday schedule is going to be Final Fantasy XIII. We hit 150 followers, and that was the goal. And as a result, we're going to be doing Final Fantasy XIII now. We'll be playing the Xbox 360 version of that. Via backwards compatibility on Xbox One. There's going to be complaining on that. There's going to be a lot of complaining. I made no mistake. But Final Fantasy XIII is a game that I've wanted to give a second chance to. There's a lot I'm remembering about it that I'm not going to be happy about and that I'm going to criticize. Like the data log system. It's a bad system. But there was stuff that I did actually like about FF13. And I'm hoping with a replay the story will be better. I'll understand the story better. The story will just be better. Soul Hackers, the issue with just streaming 3DS, you can soft mod the system. If you have a new 3DS, you can, with a soft mod, you can apply a piece of homebrew to it, which will allow you to stream the video to your computer and then record off that. You have my complaints about Fang as well, Chanson, but we'll get to that. We will get to that. The issue with the streaming to computer is it's inconsistent, unreliable, and requires a super good connection. I've got a new 3DS. I have a new 3DS and I have a new 2DS XL. And I have tested them both with doing this because there's a bunch of stuff I'd love to do on 3DS. Like SMT4. I would love to stream SMT4. It's a fantastic game. I complained about its dungeon design, yes, but it is still a fantastic game. Ultimately, until there ends up with a better way of capturing 3DS software, I was not fortunate enough to ever manage to get a 3DS capture card. Which is disappointing. and Citra is kind of a no-go. There's no way I could run Citra and stream at the same time. It'd never work. My system wouldn't be able to do it. So, no Soul Hackers, unfortunately. As far as SMT goes, Chansum is aiming to redeem the Nocturne playthrough soon. As soon as it hits enough points. So we'll be doing Nocturne, and we're doing a ROM hack of that, the hard type mod. Mostly just for the quality of life features. Beyond that, SMT wise, we have SMT 1. God damn it, Chansum. We're doing Nocturne next. Chansum just redeemed it. Which means I'm going to have to turn that point redemption off. Yeah, we'll be doing the hard site mod of Nocturne for the quality of life features more than anything. I could make arguments and wait for the English release of Nocturne HD, which did receive a patch recently that fixed up a lot of its problems and added a skill inheritance feature, so you can choose what skills are inherited. But that's in like March. We're going to be doing the hard site mod, which, interestingly enough, it increases difficulty and rebalances a lot of the difficulty if you play it on hard mode. On normal mode, it's just quality of life features, which I'm going to swear enough at that game. Every little helps. But it should also be pretty cool for anybody who's not seen it before. So Nocturne will be coming up after Final Fantasy VII. And once Skies of Arcadia is finished, it'll be the Saturday-Sunday game, I guess. Unless somebody redeems something else. Other SMT games, we have Shin Megami Tensei 1 up for redemption for 50,000 points. That'll be played on the Super Famicom. With the Aeon Genesis fan translation. Pretty sure it's Aeon Genesis. Beyond that, Persona 3 will eventually be coming around. Persona 4. I'm unsure whether I want to do 4 or 4 Golden with 4. Persona 5 at some point. If I can get Strange Journey working on the DS emulator, then we might do Strange Journey. But Strange Journey is a similar thing of like, I'd love to just do Strange Journey Redux on 3DS. I never finished Redux. I was in Sector B, Sector Boots. Boots. I have no idea what to call it. No, I wasn't. I beat Sector Boots. I was in Cardina, Sector C. And just kind of stopped. So I've not really seen much of the new story that Strange Journey has. Which I'm kind of interested in. Soul Hackers love to do. It's really the problem out. You know what? There is actually another SMT game I completely forgot. Devil Summoner. We'll be hitting Devil Summoner at some point. I might put that in as a point reward. I don't know. But Devil Summoner. I've never done the Devil Summoner games. Raido Kuzunoa games. I have both of them. Like I said, I would love to do the original Devil Summoner, but it has never been translated. Unfortunately. Disappointing. There's not really much else for us to do now. We finished this earlier than expected. Even if the final boss took like an hour, or like 40, 50 minutes. Yeah. I finish this, I might take a look at the Quantum Devil Saga books. Although, unfortunately, they haven't all been translated. Which is a shame, because I'd love to see the original plot idea for this. But yeah, we will be back on Saturday with Skies of Arcadia Legends, which will be kicking off. If you've never seen Skies of Arcadia, it's a fantastic JRPG release on Dreamcast. Later ported to GameCube as Skies of Arcadia Legends. It's fantastic. One of my favourite RPGs. Sunday we'll be continuing Final Fantasy VII with Clem on the mic. That should be fun. And next Tuesday we'll be doing Final Fantasy XIII. Monday I'll be beginning Resident Evil 5 with Clem. That's a co-op stream. The multiplayer Mondays that I do with Clem. I might be back tomorrow with a bonus stream to make up for not streaming on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm glad I finished this. This was definitely a fun game to go through. 2021 with almost entirely new stuff. Final Fantasy VII we started last week. Skies of Arcadia I did do previously, earlier this year. But it is a new playthrough. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Coming up in the new year, intentions for streaming after Final Fantasy XIII. We have the 200 follower goal for Final Fantasy XV. When we hit that, thank you, Chanson. We have the 200 follower goal. If we hit 200 followers, we're doing Final Fantasy XV. That'll be the Royal Edition with the extra DLC that isn't included in that, the Arden DLC, which I do have now. So that'll hopefully happen sometime in the new year. Following Final Fantasy XIII, we're going to be doing The Legend of Dragoon for the PlayStation. And then I want to do Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I want to get started on that series. There's a few things I want to do. Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus I want to get done. And of course we have point redemptions for, let's see, Resonance of Fate is in there, 50,000. Depending on how I feel, if nobody redeems that, by the time I've done a few more games, I might just take that out and do it anyway. Earthbound is in there, Suikoden 1, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. I added Kingdom Hearts Final Mix to the redemption rewards. Somebody might redeem that, somebody's probably into Kingdom Hearts. SMT1, and of course we will be removing Nocturne since Chansum has redeemed it. Going into 2021 with big ideas on the RPG streams. I look forward to coming back to Shin Megami Tensei, but it is probably going to be a while. A couple of months at least, since we're only doing Final Fantasy VII one stream a week, and Nocturne isn't going to happen until that's done. Late February maybe? Yeah, maybe late February for Nocturne. Is there anything going on right now? Chansum is still streaming Tales of the Abyss, if anyone wants to check him out. Cool dude. Tika's gone live early today and is streaming Uncharted. Let's give Chansum a shout because he's a cool dude. Teak. Anybody else? Nobody that needs a shout out, honestly. Yeah. Cat and Lino alive. What are they playing? Lino's doing Animal Crossing. Cat is doing Resistance. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 next week. We beat that, and the intention is Legend of Dragoon on PlayStation. And then after that, I want to do Trails in the Sky, but we'll have to see. But with that, like, it's ended up being a short stream, definitely shorter than expected. But I want to thank everybody who came in today. I always really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. That was Chansum, Emily, Whitey Bite Me, and Steam Powered Cat. Thank you so much for keeping me company, guys. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Like I say, we're back on Saturday with Skies of Arcadia Legends, which will be starting. Like I say, I'm debating making that a Vice the Legend playthrough. See how that goes. I'm gonna need some extra stuff outside of the stream. List of treasure chests. There was something else, and I can't remember what it was that I'd need. Treasure chests are important because you need 100% of all the treasure chests to become Vice the Legend, and some of them are permanently missable. Yeah, Sunday continuing Final Fantasy VII with Clem. We are currently about to raid Shinra Tower. That should be fun. We'll be getting out of Midgar. And like I say, possibly a bonus stream tomorrow to make up for no Tuesday stream this week. If there is, it's going to be a game I want to be able to do in one shot. So I'll have to work that out. Yeah, with that, once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat for keeping me company. Chat is the best part of the stream. And yeah. I guess we got kind of lucky finishing the stream early, and not too many fireworks went off. So, shouldn't be super bad. But yeah, once again, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. Catch you next time, guys. Bye.